Hi, good morning. It is a busy time of year for us here at 4am Farms. Right now I'm watering. What I'm watering is I'm watering the mini beds on plastic, something that we're going to be getting away from. As you know, we actually installed some of the raised beds in another area, and there is a major difference. We've got probably 4 filled. We weren't going to use them this year, but somebody got a little antsy, I guess, to try it. So the hardest part, I think, that I want to show you is during this time of year, there's a lot of weeding and picking and canning. And is there time for the weeding? I'd say not. Between the weather being storming, raining, as well as hot. It's been hot. It can get way out of hand. And so we've tried different methods in the past. We've tried hay or straw. We've tried grass clippings, and we've tried picking. And to be honest with you, I like the grass idea, but it's just a lot of work. So that's why we went to the raised beds. This is an area where we have an apple tree. Lost an apple down. This is my cucumbers, which is very difficult to weed. Now, had it been in a raised bed, it might be easier. Rhubarb. Peppers. Onions. I just did these onions about, I'd say, a week ago. Living in pasture land was really difficult because we have a lot of weeds and they just keep coming back and coming back and coming back. So it's not fun. I will show you the raised beds, and you can tell me if you like that better than this. Square foot gardening, or the raised bed, mini beds on plastic, was a good idea until it wasn't. As we're getting older, we can't really, how do you get down and bend down and constantly pick these weeds out? It's not fun. Especially when you would rather be in canning or picking or mowing or swimming. There's a lot of stuff that we would rather be doing than weeding. This right here is oregano. It's coming out this year because this is going to all be new beds over the winter. More herbs than anything. So yeah, I need to get to watering and picking, so I'm going to get to that, and I'll show you the beds here shortly, the raised beds, which I think I've fallen in love with. The raised beds. This one stands at about hip height. Sorry, I don't have the measurement. We've got volunteer cantaloupe and, of course, our tomatoes. It's been really hot, so we're having to water every other day. Hand watering still, unfortunately. We've got a lot of the stuff in place, but we're waiting on a few other items to actually get the connection up so we can actually just turn the water on, and it'll be to each bed. I wanted to show you the difference between weeding that bed over there in the mini beds on plastic versus this bed. This type of bed is just so much easier. It's at hip level. You're more comfortable. You can see better. You can find it better. Easy squeezy, easy peasy. And right now there's not that much weeds. I try to do this every couple of days. There's some weeds here hanging out with a puma pepper. It's just as simple as just bending down a little bit and pulling out the weed, the grass that you don't want in your bed. So simple. Now, couldn't figure out what was eating our onions. Got volunteer green beans. volunteer cantaloupe again in another bed. Again, this wasn't supposed to be until next year, so it's okay. Tomatoes were definitely planted, but this is a little bit more difficult. It's a little lower to the ground. I think it's about 2 feet. So you're doing a little bit more bending, but it's not like on the ground bending over. So it's a lot nicer. I'm going to be picking green beans today, and not cantaloupe, but the cucumbers, as well as blackberries and raspberries. So I got my work cut out for me this morning, along with weeding. Now I'm actually going to weed tomorrow, because tomorrow is Saturday and I've got a lot more time to do it. There seems to be not enough time in a day to do some of the things you really, really want to do or get to, so they've got to wait. Shortly we're going to be getting back on filling these. I have 4 beds that are the taller ones, which are really nice. And then over where you see the orange temporary fencing, that's going to be raised beds again, but not as many. Like I said, that's going to be for herbs. Someone had said, oh, how do I get rid of weeds, you know? It's an all summer chore, or it's a chore all the time. You can either hire somebody, you can do it yourself. I would say no, I don't use the weed and feed or the kill the weeds. I don't do any of that. We want to keep it as natural as possible, because we don't need poisons in our food. So be prepared to weed. You see a weed, pick it out. Know the difference. Here's an onion and a weed, and gone. And gone. Try to get the roots, people. Anyway, I thought I would just share that with you. It's so much nicer being in this bed, having this bed up to, hip level. It's going to be a lot nicer when the watering system is in and all I have to do is pick and weed instead of hold a hose. It's so much nicer. I can't wait, but I'm going to have to. Anyway, so that's it for today. I think I might be getting a tomato today too, or 2. Hooray. Oh, there's one, it's got a hole in it. Anyway, yeah. Everybody happy gardening, happy Saturday or happy day. It's always a fun thing to be able to see what's growing in the garden and what you can pick and what you can take care of and what you need and where you're headed. Grapes are good, blackberries are good. I've got some muscadines here. Hopefully they're going to be doing good. And I'll keep you updated. Weeding, it's a non-stop chore, just like harvesting in the summer and the fall. With that, I'm going to close. Oh, I also found some duck eggs. Naughty girls. I found 3 in one clutch and 4 in another, and one duck hissed at me. Here's one girl. Say hello. She had 4 in there, and I saw this girl over here underneath a rose mallow. There she is. She hissed at me. Hello. Are you hissing at me? Sorry, it's hard to get in. Definitely not going to let her keep these eggs. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She's got 5, 6. Oh, bad girls. That's what happens when you let them out into the garden. You're fine. Anyway, back to work.